I was born a free man, lived with my family in New York.
Be good for your mother.
Until the day I was deceived.
To Solomon.
Kidnapped, sold into slavery.
Was there a moment reading the book 12 Years a Slave or the script for the movie where you'd said, I know exactly who Solomon Northup is and how I'm going to honour him and play him?
Well, it was sort of more a kind of collective experience and than a moment that I read or that I saw, you know, that where I kind of saw it all, you know. It was sort of after reading the screenplay, you know, I remember feeling after the screenplay that I'd just seen it as a story of a man, in a way, going through this extraordinary circumstance. And that's where I kind of wondered, you know, all I could see in a sense, you know, kind of incorrectly, was the kind of the weight of it, the responsibility of it, the nature of the kind of dynamics, and the fact that I'd never seen a story from inside the slave experience before in terms of a film. And that kind of blocked out, in my mind, some of the connection, you know, to Solomon. It was only really when I was reading the book that that it kind of hit me, you know, where this, I think it was just, there's a poetry to the book, there's a humility to the book, you know, there's a real feeling and a depth to it and a sense of him that comes through.
Where are you from, Platt?
I told you.
Tell me again.
Washington.
Who were your master?
Master named Freeman.
Was he a learned man?
I suppose so.
He learned you to read?
A word, here or there. But I've no understanding of the written text.
Don't trouble yourself with it. Same as the rest, Master brought you here to work, that's all.
This person, Solomon Northup, isn't discussing the kind of geopolitical, historical kind of race dynamics of slavery and the slave trade and being within it or without it or whatever. He's talking in a very humble way about his experience over 12 years and wanting to connect that experience to a reader who is, you know, listening.
Do I upset the master and the mistress? Do you care less about my loss than their well-being?
Master Ford is a decent man.
He is a slaver.
Under the circumstances.
Under the circumstances, he's a slaver. But you truckle at his boot.
No.
You luxuriate in his favor.
I survive. I will not fall into despair. I will offer up my talents to Master Ford. I will keep myself hardy till freedom is opportune.
Oh, Ford is your opportunity? You think he does not know that you are more than you suggest?
It was something that I couldn't sort of immediately dive into. Like I said, I'd never seen a story, I'd never seen a film from inside the slave experience, and I kind of, and it made me feel that it made me question myself, you know, it made me question, like I had a lot of self-doubt about it, whether I was the person to do it.
You're a liar. You damn liar. I saw you talking with him. Tell me.
Can I speak of what did not occur?
Oh, Master Black, bro! Master! You come here.
Master, I said come here!
When people see your scenes with Michael Fassbender, they'll say straight away just some of the most intense scenes that they'll ever have seen in a movie. Was it hard to get that rhythm? It
wasn't actually. We spoke about it a little bit, and we had a little bit of time. We both arrived in Louisiana quite early, and we had a little bit of time there to start to kind of rehearse and to talk with Steve and to put scenes up. And you know, Michael had found this apartment, and which was just a huge loft space basically, and we were able to rehearse there, and it was so we were able to get quite deep into it before we actually started shooting, which was great. And that, you know, and but then Michael is an actor who has such kind of intensity and spirit and commitment right off the bat, so you're you know, and you know, so you're constantly kind of engaged, and so he's a perfect person to kind of play off in that way.
When you saw the finished film, what were your emotions? Did they pinball from happiness to sadness to relief?
Well, you know, normally when I'm watching a film for the first time that I'm in, I'm just sort of hyper and monocritical. You know, it's you know, I just sort of focused on what I'm doing and what I didn't like about what I was doing most of the time, and then and just sort of considering those things and sort of lost in some of the nostalgia of it as well. And but this was a very different experience because I just kind of got caught up in the story again, and I got caught up in Solomon's journey. And Steve, I think, in the way that he constructed the film, really allows an audience to go into the journey with Solomon, and so even though it was, you know, I was playing the part, I still found myself on the first time I watched it, you know, deep down the rabbit hole. So you know, it was amazing.
We were traveling. We wish we'd died trying.
Survival's not about certain death. It's about keeping your head down.
Days ago, I was with my family. In my home. Now you tell me all is lost. Tell no one who I am. That's the way to survive. Well, I don't want to survive.